Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. Ho, ho, ho. Man, that was a horrible intro. Too. All right, guys. Today we got Black Mask as Batman. Black Mask as Batman. Try saying that 3 times fast. Beneath the mask, there is Batman. Black Mask Batman. Dude. All right, let's go ahead and take them out of the box. I'm gonna make this review quick. I'm gonna make it painless, and I don't have to use this whatever's in there. I'm guessing some kind of serum to sedate his victims. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure with this character. Oh, let me tell you how I found this guy. I was at Walmart shopping, looking for something completely different. Didn't find it, but instead I found this. So there's the Black Mask. There's the card. You know what? We're going to take out the card. We're going to do a little read up because I'm not familiar with it. You may have seen other reviews of this Batman, but if you're here tuned in, thank you to watch my review and to give my 2 cents on this guy, because even though I am a Batman fan, I am not a Batman fanatic, and I can judge precisely, accurately, should I say. And I'm going to give you my real 2 cents. And here's one thing I noticed with the card already. It has the rounded edges. Like do I have the card here? Let me see. Or maybe they've always had the round edges. I don't know. I've never paid attention. I've always felt like then the cards have like a square edge instead of the round edge. Anyways, it doesn't fucking matter. I feel like this is, I don't have a card to compare it to. But anyways, let's do a little read up. So, and beneath the mask, the inmates of Arkham Asylum have taken over. It's Black Mask versus Jeremiah Arkham for control of the asylum. But what of the enigmatic three beauties, and how does Batman fit into the mad plan? Batman spends the night in the bowels of Arkham Asylum attempting to uncover its mysteries, plus the horrifying fate of Black Mask is at least revealed. I didn't understand anything from that. If you guys know, let me know. I didn't understand anything from that story about this Batman Black Mask and how he came to be. So that story, that little synopsis did a horrible job at trying to explain this story of Black Mask, because I have no idea who the Black Mask is. I haven't kept up on Batman comics in a while, man. I don't know if this story is an old story or if it's a new story. But anyways, let's take them out. But I don't think that really matters because we're reviewing the figure. You know, we're not reviewing the story. So, anyways, so let's take a look at him. And yeah, he has the very shiny cape, kind of like the 1 Million Batman. We'll take a look at him in a minute. It seems like they used the same body. I don't know. It feels like the same body I feel like was used with the other. What was it? That Batman. I can't remember that Batman. Was it Nightfall Batman? The body looks very similar. But anyways, the head sculpt looks great. I love the blue, and then they gave him like a like, I guess, black wash, but also they put some gray and some white on there as well. On specifically his neck, you can see it mostly on his neck. But I like how they did that. They have multiple colors on there. They have the blue, obviously, and then the black wash, and then they put the white over it, or the light blue. I don't know. Depends on how you look at it, I guess. The white on his chin, like Santa Claus. If you guys know that lyric from Lil Wayne, then then you know I ain't gonna go into much further detail. Let's see. He has this cape right here, very very shiny cape. It does have a bendy wire in it, which is good because I've heard many people complain about getting the cloth cape and no bendy wire attached to the sides of it. You know what I mean? So I think that's really good. Listen, I don't know much about the character. I do like the cape. I don't know if it goes accurate. Probably a darker cape, maybe with like a blue wash over it. I think probably would have benefited him, specifically in the back as well. You know what I mean? Like right here. But I think it doesn't look that bad. The one thing that does look bad is the shininess of his chest. The painted on Batman logo looks kind of cheap. I think for this Batman, they should have just engraved the Bat logo onto his chest. I think it would have made him look a lot better. Um, I feel like this character, if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. I feel like this character is supposed to be dark, right? But they made him shiny, shiny chest, shiny gold belt, brand new, and just everything about him looks brand new, and it doesn't have that wash like his head does. Like if they took some of his like maybe white or gray or even blue and added it to the rest of his body to kind of match his face sculpt and what they did, with the 3-color paint scheme on his head to match his body, I think it would have made a lot more sense. But I'm not complaining, but I think it would have been more accurate. You know what I mean? Of course, listen, this is Mcfarlane Toys. They'll add a wash when they feel it's necessary. Like for instance, I'll just break out Sandman, being that we got Sandman here. Like for instance, the coat. See what they did with the coat? They had the brown, and they added the darker brown onto the coat, like a wash like that. Of course, the rest of his body, you can't say much for the rest of his body, but still, they did that. The same thing with Sergeant Rock over here. Sergeant Rock, even the paint scheme looks horrible on his jacket. It does, for him, the army guy, it does look decent. So, but then you go down to his pants and there's no wash on his pants. You know what I mean? It's like Mcfarlane gets selective. Even the wash on his helmet, you know what I mean? But this is not about Sergeant Rock. This is about Black Mask. So let me see how accurate. Let's see. Okay, so it's the same material as the 1 million Batman. It's just a darker material. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, this 1 million Batman, bro. This guy is freaking huge, bro. I don't know how or why they made this guy so big. I don't know if he's that big in the comics, but compared to like other like superheroes, like this guy right here, like he just overshadows a lot of the DC McFarlane figures, man. Even this guy right here, like he's just so freaking big. This guy. Now, as far as Black Mask, of course, he fits into the format, but he's a little bit shorter than okay. I mean, with the Cyborg Superman, and I don't know why they made Cyborg Superman so small. I feel like he should have been so much more bigger. You know what I mean? That's what she said. Let's take a look at his accessories, and then we'll do, I don't know, we already did some comparisons. We'll do a height measurement. So, what does he come with, you ask? He comes with his syringe hand, where he has the needle in there. I'm not even going to take it out. I'm just going to leave it in there, because I don't give a shit. He comes with some keys, and then some grappling, holding hands like this. Like, yeah, I'm the man. And that's it. There's no point taking them out. There's no point switching them out. Because they're accessories. What is the point of the accessories? The keys, I guess the keys for Arkham Asylum, and then if you want them posed with the needle, I guess you can, the serum of something, I don't know, to sedate, like I said, probably to sedate patients, right? I'm not 100% sure because I'm not 100% familiar with this character. Okay, so let's do a quick measurement, and then I'll give you my rating, guys. So, Black Mask Batman. He stands at 7 1/4 tall, all the way up to his ears. So that's between 7 inches and 7.5 inches. Okay, guys, let me give you my verdict. I honestly do believe they could have done this Batman some justice. I honestly do believe they could have put a lot more work into this Batman. Everything is good from the neck down. Other than that, it's your typical shiny looking Batman. There's really no other work put into his body. Like I said, a wash really could have benefited this guy. I might even add a wash myself, but at the same time, I do like the sculpt. And also, I feel like you probably could remove this head. And it's a really nice Batman body, so you can remove the head. Let me see. But the color scheme has to be right. You know what I mean? You have to find a character where it has the same color scheme as his neck in order to change out his head. You know what I mean? So, yeah, there's that. So, I mean, I don't know. For all you customizers out there, he possibly could switch out this head because it is actually a good Batman body. But you know, it's one Batman, it's a Batman body, and then whoop, surprise, and then you bring his head down and look, it's a Batman head sculpt, and the body doesn't match. You know what I mean? Sub-Zero right there, really nice. I do like the Batman head sculpt. I think the Batman head sculpt is like a 9 out of 10. Man, they did a really great job with the Batman head sculpt. The body just doesn't seem to match. Overall, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it'll definitely go nicely on your DC shelf if you're a Black Mask fan. Um, do we even care about the articulation? The typical, we've seen this body before. The knees, the elbows are actually not that bad. The knees are actually not that bad either. Okay, I've seen worse. So yeah, the elbows and knees are actually not that bad. The legs, for once, Mcfarlane didn't really give us the long legs, which that's a plus right there. So I'm gonna be somewhat generous, guys, because I do like the overall sculpt of the character. Once again, the face doesn't match the body. I just feel like it's just lazy. But for $24, and these figures are still in the $20 range, as opposed to other McFarlane figures like the Batman Returns wave, which are $30, which are completely unjustified. For around $24, I can justify this figure. I just wish there were more paint apps. And like I've said all along, if you guys been watching my channel ever since the exception of McFarlane Toys, I've always complained about the paint apps and the lack thereof. So, but with that being said, I'll be honest. I'm going to be generous. 7 out of 10 for this guy. The face sculpt pretty much saves this entire figure, man. Yeah, so there's that. If it was a wash, I'd probably feel different on the body. I would probably feel completely different. I believe, maybe if there was if it was a textured bat suit and there was a wash and less shininess, he'd probably be like at an 8 or maybe a 9. You know what I mean? If he came with a little bit more accessories than this shit right here, then yeah, I think the score would definitely be higher. But I'll just give him like a 7 out of 10, and that's just me being generous. All right, guys, there was my little review of Black Mask. Let me know how you feel about this guy. If you watch this little review and you liked it, give it a thumbs up. You know the deal. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll catch you in the next review. Peace out.